us know who you are here.
Say and spell it.
Yes, sir.
It's Arick Goodling. It's Arickgoodling.
All right, perfect. And what is your official title here at Gerber Collision?
I'm the general manager.
General manager. All right. So it is winter again. Road conditions are slick. People are crashing into each other. We just had a 100-car pile up yesterday up in
Yes.
Ottawa County. So what do you typically see as far as damage this time of year?
Oh, damage can go from one extreme to the other. We get vehicles that are just have suspension ripped off of them, to vehicles that have $20,000 worth of damage to it. So there's no given. It really depends on what happens to it. It's just how they come in.
What do you most often see? Is a lot of just front bumpers, front and back bumpers, fender benders?
During the winter months, a lot of front end collision and then a lot of side collision. If you look around the shop, probably half in the shop right now are all just side collision. People sliding into you.
Yeah, and as far as we were talking about how much it costs. Obviously, it can cost you, depending on a whole heck of a lot. It just depends on.
It depends on the vehicle. Depends on the ADAS features of the vehicle. I mean, some of these vehicles, the repair could be from $1,000 to $15,000 to $20,000, and then you could have another $1,500 worth of ADAS. ADAS is all the collision management system. So you've got radars, you've got sensors, you've got airbags. SRS systems are a huge thing. If airbags go, that can take the price, twofold easily. We could have a $2,000 repair and a $5,000 SRS bill and a calibrations bill from there.
How much does insurance help with that?
Insurance, well, depending on the deductible, depending on the policy, depending on how they're set up. I mean, everybody's going to roll in here with a deductible. Sometimes that deductible would be waived, but then the insurance takes care of anything after that deductible's been met.
So when a car is super damaged and it's brought in here, what's the first step? Take me through that process of getting that thing repaired.
So the car gets towed in or brought in. First step would be we bring it in, we wash it, we do a complete wash on it. Then we do an estimate. The estimate would be sent off to the insurance company. The insurance company would tell us where the damage was located, or mostly where the damage is located. We take that information, goes through the wash bay. We do a pre-scan on every vehicle that comes in. Basically, that tells us what the car knows, the information that the car is holding on to. We take that vehicle up front. We do the complete estimate. We then, at that point, we bring it back into the shop, which you'll see in a lot of these. What we do is we do a tear down. So we'll take that car all the way apart. We try to give as much information as we can to the insurance company. If we can't see the damage, we need to get to the damage, locate the damage. We write an estimate. That estimate is then uploaded to the insurance companies if you're a DRP with them. Once that's been done, then we bring it back out. We go back over it with the technician. We break down the estimate line by line. So that's a blueprint. Once that blueprint's been done, then all parts are ordered at that point. We order the parts. We wait for those parts to start slowly rolling in sometimes. Winter months are tough. Parts can be an issue. And then once all the parts, or about 80% of the parts, have been received, my parts person checks all those in. We mirror match the part to the car. And then on the carts behind you that you can't see, that's every car. So every car that's in here has a cart that's associated with it. All the information's on that. And then we take that cart out to the car, and then the technician starts from there. We tear it down, we do the repairs. Once the repairs are done, it gets sent over to the paint department over that side. All the prep work is done, and then it goes through paint. Once it's through paint, comes back to the technician, and at that point you should have 100% of the parts to put the vehicle back together. We get the vehicle reassembled. Once it's reassembled, we set it up for any kind of calibrations that have to be done. Once the calibrations are done, we also do a post scan, which that checks the car for its health. And once that's done, goes back to the car wash department. We detail the car out, get it ready for delivery back to the owner, and then we call the owner, have them come back in.
So from the moment it comes in from the tow truck to the moment that you call the owner to come pick it up, how long is that process usually? It can vary. Most damage, minor damage, is probably 2 weeks. You've got that wait for the parts. You've got the repair process. Paint is a quicker process nowadays than it ever was. We can actually bake a car's finished onto it. But once the paint work has been completed, then it goes back to the technician. It usually takes a day or two to put a car back together. Some cars are a little bit larger than that, but
Yeah, on average, I would probably say 2 to 3 weeks at the very most for most jobs. You get into a $25,000 job, it can take you 2 months. We've literally had them there that long.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how would you compare, the winter months to, some of the other times, or throughout the other seasons of just the sheer volume of cars that you're getting in here?
The sheer volume will go up drastically. I mean, again, the 100-car pile up. I mean, those shops up in the Holland area, they're going to receive, some of those shops will receive 20 cars out of that. Around here, it stays a pretty consistent basis. We basically bring in 5 cars a day, and we ship 5 cars a day. So that's kind of how our process works. So it's done as you bring in X number of cars, but X number of cars also have to leave. You obviously, looking around the size of the shop, we're not a huge, massive shop, but we can only have so many cars on site. We have about 42 cars on site right now.
Yeah, and I heard this was the newer location?
Yep, we've been here.
The stadium location.
Yep, so stadium is with the dealership over there, behind the dealership. This was a green site. This was built a little over 2 years ago. 3 of my guys have been here since day one, since the day that the shop opened up. So yeah, it's about a little over 2 years now.
And I think you told me you hadn't seen the worst of the winter months yet.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get them throughout the season. Like last winter was not horrible. Last winter we didn't have a ton of snow. We didn't have a ton of accidents. Now we've got 4 cars in here that they've basically ripped the suspension off of them.
Yeah.
So that's what comes in the winter months, is you get more of the suspension, more of the under. During the normal season, you get deer hits, raccoon hits, things like that, car hits. But yeah, in the winter months, you get a lot more suspension, and that can be a very slow process when it comes to suspension.
What is that process like?
So we've got a couple cars in here right now. There's a car over there on the rack that received a steering gear. Basically, they hit a curb hard enough. There's really no body damage to it, but they hit it hard enough that it broke the steering gear in half. So yeah, it snapped it in half. That one is, again, it's probably about a 2-week repair in and out. A little bit of minor bumper damage, but then basically control arm, we did a knee assembly on it, which is a lower control arm, a strut, a knuckle, a bearing, inner and outer tie rod ends. Once we're done with it, it goes to the alignment shop and gets the alignment taken care of.
Can you talk to us about some of the stuff that maybe when folks have it happen, like, it's just a minor fender bender, they don't think that it's going to be an issue, they don't want to get it repaired because they're like, I don't have the money, but with some of these safety features that you're talking about, it seems like maybe saying, I don't need a bumper might kind of make all the rest of that stuff not work.
It does. All ADAS features, all SRS features, those all work in conjunction with each other. So if one component is taken out, a lower sensor, a front radar, a milliwave radar, even there's cameras behind the glass on your windshield nowadays for lane assist. If one of those functions does not talk, the other functions basically don't understand that it's missing, and they don't work as well. So if you have a dash light that turns on because you have a park sensor that's been knocked out, that dash light would also make it to where your radars don't work, your cruise control might not work because you could have the variable assist cruise control. Lane assist is a big one. Almost every car has that now. And if any of those sensors are knocked out or the camera gets knocked out of whack, that doesn't work. So those features are huge features. Some cars have them, some cars don't. But if you've got a dash light that turns on, 9 times out of 10, those features are not functioning for you. And people get into the mindset that, oh, my car has these features, but they don't understand that it doesn't have that feature. Once that has been turned off, or once that light's turned on, those features are inoperable at that point.
So what would you advise people who are dealing with that situation where something breaks and then the other features in the car don't respond well to that? It's kind of what he was talking about, like, oh, I don't have the money to get that. And would you just advise, at least giving that advice and talking to a professional?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Have a professional take a look at it, do a scan on the vehicle. The scan of a vehicle will tell you exactly what that vehicle's doing. Every vehicle has a brain, so when we scan that vehicle, it comes back with codes, it comes back with operations that need to be done, or it tells you what function is not working. I mean, your seat belts are tied into the cameras on some of the Toyotas, the Lexuses. Those are smart cars. They literally do more computing in that collision which then tells you if it's going to blow an airbag or not blow an airbag. Is it needed? Is it not needed? Are the cameras not working? I mean, something as simple as a backup camera, you get rear-ended in a collision, seems minor, but if your rear camera stops working or if it's not aimed properly, all those features are inoperable.
And as far as some of the weather that we've been experiencing the past couple of days, what would you expect to see? Are you expecting to see more people over the next week or so? Or?
Yeah, I mean, you get a storm, you get to a bad driving, it's about a week. You're not going to see that vehicle for about a week. Some vehicles go to tow yards, some vehicles get brought right here, but it's about a week. I mean, if we have a bad storm on a Friday, by next Thursday, by next Friday, we're going to start to see all those vehicles towed in.
All right, perfect.
Beautiful.